when I tell you, I had to sit down before I could even press record on this one, y'all. My hands were just a shaking. My heart is pounding because everything we've been saying, y'all, everything, it's all coming together at the same time. I'm talking about that racist brother, Wyatt, the owner of the boat. Racist brother is speaking out, honey. The girl, everybody blaming it on this girl named Katie. We gonna talk about Katie. The mama, you know they've been turning their back, trashing the mama. And I don't play that, okay? Because that's my sister. The devil with the camera, it is a white man out here, and he is mocking the body of Nolan Wales. And he said, this is the white people traditions in Mississippi. He's calling it out. And the manslaughter charge, they are trying to slide under the door like they doing us a favor. No. It was murder. Nolan Wales, 18 years old, 6'1", a football player, kissed his mama goodbye and said, I love you, and never came back home. And now, his mama finally spoke. First time since they pulled her baby out that water. And she didn't come crying, honey. She came with orders, straight from Nolan. She said if her son was here, he'd tell her, Mom, keep talking to the people. Keep telling my story. So that's what we're doing tonight. All of it. Every thread. 20 minutes, honey. No mercy. Honey, let's go. If y'all ride with me, if y'all support me and support the journey I'm on, press 4. The journey of getting justice for Nolan Wales. Press 4. I need to see my riders, my hitters, and another thing. I want y'all to fill the comment section with blue hearts for Nolan. You guys know his funeral's coming up. I believe they're wearing blue. Blue hearts for Nolan. Hashtag Nolan Wales. Hashtag Justice for Nolan Wales. Okay? We're going to say his name loud and proud.
Wyatt Pyron, who was one of the kids involved allegedly on the boat, his younger brother Ike Pyron wrote this on social media. I'm going to say allegedly. I believe this is real, but I'm just going to put it out there. He says, I see you reposted this, so I just want to let you know what really happened. Can't be listening to all these black people saying his friends did something. He was with my brother that day on my boat and he chose to stay. They know who the girl is. It happens at Horn Island all the time. These guys posting this S on TikTok are all worthless blacks who want nothing but views. Nolan has basically lived at my house for the last 3 years. We would never do anything to harm him.
See, this right there, that got me hot, honey. Ike, the brother of Wyatt, one of them boys that was on that boat the day Nolan didn't come home. Remember, it was July the 4th. Happy celebration, happy 4th of July. Now, mind you, on the 4th of July, everybody is taking pictures. Everybody is taking videos. Everybody is texting everybody, happy 4th of July. And they're trying to tell me that Nolan did not communicate and had no pictures on the 4th of July. He's a young guy. He's out here in these streets. You know that's bull crap. And let me ask you another question. Would you leave your cell phone and your car keys on a sinking boat while you're stranded on an island by yourself? Hecky no. Honey, let's get into it. So last night, this grown man got on the internet, okay? And maybe grown, maybe 18, 17. This man got on the internet and called the people crying out for Nolan worthless blacks. His words, not mine, his post. Now, the last time I checked, it's been a lot of white people that are speaking up in justice for Nolan Wales. And I appreciate those white people. White people, I love y'all for speaking up for Nolan Wales, getting justice. But you see how they think. You see, calling us worthless blacks for getting justice for Nolan. But wait, it gets worse. Because the same boy that said Nolan lived with them 3 years, trying to throw that in our face, that same boy slept under that roof, honey. Nolan slept under that roof. ate their food, came in and out of that house like family for 3 years. 3 years that Nolan lived with y'all. And 3 days before his funeral, you call his people worthless? Worthless blacks? How dare you? If I wasn't saved and sanctified, I'd cuss you out something serious, boy. So, what was y'all saying about him in that house? What did the baby hear at y'all dinner table? Is this how you talk about us in public? Clearly, that's how he talks about us in public, right? Called us worthless blacks. While his mama is picking out a casket. What was you saying about him in private? For 3 years. Nolan thought he was safe, y'all. He thought them people loved at him. The whole time, this was living in the next room. Ike. That's the part that got my hand shaking. That boy spent 3 years in the house with a boy that think he's worthless. And he didn't even know it. Or maybe he did. Maybe that's a whole nother conversation right there. But let me tell y'all, he wasn't done. He wasn't done. In that same post, he wrote, and I need everybody to lean in on this one, they know who the girl is. Why, Ike? Why is the brother of the boy on that boat worried about the girl at all? And who is they? I tell you what that means. They still working right now, today, case open, grand jury coming, funeral on Monday, and they still online trying to control the story. Still pointing at the girl. It's the girl. It's the girl. Still running that play. They ain't scared enough for me, honey. They ain't scared enough yet. And don't act brand new about where this is. Mississippi, the same dirt that took Emmett Till in 1955. 14 years old, a white girl pointed a finger and lived long enough to admit she lied. And they beat that baby past recognition, tied a cotton gram fan around his neck, and threw him in a threw him in a damn Mississippi River. Okay? 70 years later, same state, same water, another black boy gone. And the girl still is in the center of the story. The white girl, that is. I'm going to put a color to it. The white girl in the same center, honey. They ain't changed the playbook. They just changed the boy's name, Nolan Wells. Now, the girl. Everybody's talking about this girl, Katie. That's what they call her. The same one they were so worried about. And I sat and I listened to every second, honey, every second. And here's what ain't nobody saying out loud. Both stories convict the boat. Ain't no version that let them walk. No versions out here. Story 1. Bear with me. The boy's story. Nolan stayed for the girl. He chose to stay. Okay. So y'all left an 18-year-old boy on an island with strangers, no cell phone, no keys, and ain't checked, and ain't nobody looked back? Ain't nobody checked on him? That's abandonment. Yeah, that's honey, that's wrong right there. But let's get to story number 2. What the girl and the family attorney is saying. Nolan told her, I'm going back to the boat with my friends. Going back to the boat. Nolan never said, hey, can I catch a ride with you on your boat with your family? He never said, I'm going with you. He said, I'm going back to the boat with my friends. So either way you cut it, the boat was the only ride home, and that boat came back without him. Ain't no third story. Pick one. They both end with Nolan in that water. Now put the receipts on top of that. The GPS don't match their timeline. The boat moves when they said it didn't. Machines don't lie, honey. Machines don't get nervous and just start doing any and everything. Let me tell you, that distress call, we all heard it. Everybody is on board. Everybody. Then where was Nolan? Where was Nolan? Either he was on the boat or something happened to him, or he wasn't, and that call was a damn lie. Pick one. Both convict, okay? And the boat was sinking, taking on water. That's why they had to leave him at 4:30. That's what they say. But that same boat, the sinking one, that had to leave at 4:30 because they was in a rush. Remember, they was calling for a tow. They wanted somebody to tow them out the water, but they was in a rush. That same sinking boat kept making running trips, errands, this port, that port, back and forth, till 11 o'clock that night, 11 p.m. So that was a lie. Everything that come out these boys' mouth is a lie. You cannot trust them. You cannot believe them. They are liars, okay? Honey, do y'all see the lies? Do y'all see all these lies they putting out here? So the boat was too broke down to bring Nolan home at 4:30. But fine enough to keep the party going 6 more hours. That ain't no sinking boat. That's a lie with an engine on it. And the phone and the keys. They want us to believe an 18-year-old black boy done walked off, left his phone and his keys voluntarily. Name one black boy you know that go anywhere without his phone. Oh, wait. You can't name one. His whole life is in that damn phone. And one of them boys lied about them keys. Looked at daddy in his face and said, he ain't have the keys. And he did. Had to get pressed by the police before the story changed. Yeah, the police had to come out there before they even gave the father the keys. If he's staying, you hand him his phone, okay? You hand him his keys. You don't take a man's lifeline and his way home, then bounce. You don't do that. If he gonna stay on the island, you give him his phone. You give him his keys. You don't do that. That's not what friends do. That's what captors do, right? They all lying, y'all. Every single story is collapsing except for one. The one, none of them got the nerve to say out loud. Now I need y'all to bow y'all head a minute. Because the mother spoke. Christine, Nolan's mama.
Hey, Boo Bears. I know you probably did not expect to see me, but I had to come on because I wanted to acknowledge all of your love, your support, your kindness that you guys have been showing me. I wanted to answer each and every one of you, and I probably will at some point. I will at some point, but right now it's just, everything is so heavy. Everything is so heavy. Just been going through the motions. I'm a healthcare provider, so I talk about grief a lot. And now to be on the other side of this is, it's a lot. So I lost my mom a few years ago, and that was hard. This loss, this grief, this pain, it's different. It's insurmountable. And then it's like you get these flood of emotions all at different times, and grief is so multi-layered. 1 second I might be okay and I can talk about things and I can listen to his stories, and then the next minute I am falling apart and I feel like I can't breathe, and I feel like there is an elephant just sitting on my chest. But I know this is the process. I have a wonderful support system. I have my faith in God, which I've been leaning heavy into. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I see you. I love you. I'm thankful for all of you. And I'm so sorry that I hadn't been able to reply. I don't know exactly when again I'll post. For some reason, it does help. And I know if Nolan was here, he'd be like, Mom, just keep talking to the people, keep telling my story, keep telling your story. So that is going to be my plan. Again, thank you all so much. I love you, and I will talk to you later. Bye.
First time since they found her baby, she spoke. And she said, everything is so heavy. Said it twice. Like the words itself just weighed something. Look who this woman is. She is a health provider. She talk other people through grief for a living. That's what she does. And now she's on the other side of it. She lost her own mama a few years back, said that was hard for her. But this, her words, honey, ain't no words to describe it. She said 1 minute she can tell his stories and just laugh. Next minute, girl, she falling apart. Can't even breathe. Like a damn elephant just sitting on her chest. That's a mother with a womb that don't never close. On Instagram, with the grace she couldn't even have to have right now. Yeah, she couldn't even have to have right now. And then she said the thing that broke me down, honey, and built me back up in the strength at the same time. Let me tell you what she said. She said, if Nolan was here, he'll tell her, Mom, keep talking to the people. Keep telling my story. Keep telling your story. Then she said, so that is going to be my plan. Honey, that's a soldier mama. She picking up where her baby left off. That boy left marching orders. Now here is where my blood starts boiling. Because while this mama, this broke down, faithful, dignified black woman is planning her son's funeral, demons crawled out of the pocket watch her grief. Yeah, demons crawled out to pocket watch her grief. Yes, they did. Honey, they taking the money. That's what people are saying. They just taking the money. They doing this and that with the money. Everything about money, money, money. And the lowest of them all had the nerve to whisper that something was off about this family, especially the mother. Off. Off? A woman who came home in a box is off because she said boo bears and thank folks for loving her. What? Let me tell you who never get this statement. White families. White families, white people never get this statement. They never get this treatment. White people, when their loved ones get killed, they sue and nobody asks the attorney. Nobody audit the fundraiser. Nobody called their grieving mothers off. Nobody. White people don't have to go through this. Honey, they ran the same play on Carmelo family. Remember Carmelo and Anthony? Yeah, they the same play. And it was all lies then too. So let me say it plain for the cheap seats. I don't care what she do with that money. She deserved whatever she asked for. She's bearing a son. If you ain't donate a dime, why are you worried about where the money is going? That's not concern. It should be none of your concern. That's hate with a counting degree, okay? And here's the part that need to sit in your chest tonight. The daddy said in an interview, they raised Nolan not to see color, raised him to love everybody in Mississippi. And the people that taught him love put him in the dirt. They raised a boy with no hate in him, and hate took him anyway. And while that mama is fighting to breathe while an elephant is on her chest, right? Let me show you what the other side was doing.
Yeah, we did it. We sure did do it. What you think? What you think we do when we take y'all young men camping with us? We know them boys don't know how to swim. You throw them in that water. We say, swim, boy, swim. Whoa, learn how to swim, boy. You can't do it. Yeah, they did it. Them boys did it. This is a damn tradition for us. Y'all be in there splashing and screaming, I can't swim. I can't.
A grown white man got on camera and mocked that dead boy. Yeah, mocks Nolan. Mocked his dead body. Reenacted it. Swam, boy, swam. With the little head nod and everything. Playing a dead child death like it's just a skit. Like it's funny or something. And he wrapped it in that word they love so much, tradition. You know what? He's right. And I want him to hear me say it. It's y'all tradition. Emmett Till was y'all tradition. Postcards of lynching was y'all tradition. Knee on your buddy's neck reenacting George Floyd was y'all tradition. Y'all been dancing on black graves for 400 years and calling it heritage. Honey, he ain't misspoke. Honey, he confessed. That's what that was. And peep, that was hiding in plain sight. Peep it. Peep what was hiding in plain sight. The streets decoded the handle. They said 88, look it up. Eighth letter of the alphabet twice. You know what that stands for. That's not a screen name. That's a membership card. This is real, y'all. These are real people believing this real wicked stuff. They are sacrificing black bodies. I'm telling y'all, it's rituals. Now watch what happened next. Because this is America in one paragraph. He got fired. Yeah, he got fired from his job. Good. Then what the racists do? Open their wallets. Oh yeah, open their wallets. Give, send, go. Over $100,000. Over $100,000 the racist white people sent to him. To a man, and you know what? He got a domestic abuse arrest on his record. He's a violent man, caught on camera mocking a dead black child, and white America passed the collection plate. Did they ask any questions? Did they complain like they doing this black woman? Yeah. And they gave him over $100,000, child. Yes, they did. And they don't care about women getting beat by men because he's a beater. He's a woman beater. They don't care about that. As long as it's making fun of our death, causing us pain, they gonna buy into it. They're gonna support it. Honey, they ain't punish him. They funded him. That's why I keep telling y'all, it wasn't no damn joke. It wasn't no sapphire. It was a ritual. The mockery is part of the kill. It's how they tell us, even dead, your babies is the punchline. Not this time, not this boy. I won't stand for it. Now let's talk about the table, right? What's on the table, because manslaughter is on it. And I need y'all to understand what that means before they sell it to you as justice. First, the bomb. It's a video, a recorded fight on that boat, on the boat Nolan ain't come home from. That's reported. That's why the family attorney standing 10 toes down. And yet, the first word out that county was no foul play. No foul play with a fight on a video, with GPS contradicting the timeline, with a distress call saying everybody's on board when everybody was not on board, with the phone and a key left behind like a stage scene. That ain't no investigation, honey, okay? They tried to sing this family to sleep. Now, the DA taking it to the grand jury. And the word on the table is manslaughter. Yeah. And did you guys know about the maritime duty of care? Let me tell you, boating under the influence. Yeah, maybe a few catching a charge. Because you know they say they was driving a boat and drinking alcohol. You're not supposed to do that. That's driving under influence. That's boating under the influence. You know? And let's call manslaughter what it is in a county like this. The floor they sweep murder under. That's what that is, yeah? The charge you offer when you want the headlines to just stop. Minimum outrage, minimum time. A black boy dead. A fight on video. Stories that don't add up. A body that told its own story. And they want to write it up like a boating citation. I tell you, no. And forgive me, I believe it when I see it. We done sat through this movie in Mississippi before. The black family never get the ending they deserve, do they? We don't. And here's the crack in they boat. Charge one of them friends, and he will start singing. Scared boys point fingers. That's the whole ball game right here. Charge one, flip one, and the whole boat sink. For real this time. And honey, don't miss the politics dripping all over this. Don't miss it. The governor himself touched in to vouch. Yes, he did. Said he's really close to the sheriff. Those were his words. Why is the governor of Mississippi personally comforting a sheriff while a black family can't get one straight answer about their child last hour alive? Who's been protected here? Because it ain't Nolan and his family, and it ain't y'all, honey. And this Monday, July the 20th, they are laying that boy to rest. 1,500 seats. Sharpton gonna be there. And honey, we still don't have a cause of death, okay? Still don't have an autopsy. They about to put that baby in the ground before the facts come out. A funeral before the answers. So we ask it out loud, everybody, louder every day till they answer. Where is the autopsy? Release it. What y'all waiting on? And the story to set like concrete? Okay, is that what they waiting on, the story to set like concrete? So here's where we at, family. The brother told on himself last night. And we found out the baby spent 3 years in that house. Nolan spent 3 years in that house. Both the girl stories convict the boat boys. The mockers are getting rich off his death. The governor hugging the sheriff. And the charge they floating is the floor. It's not justice. And his mama, his beautiful, broke down, unbroken mama, gave us the only instruction that matters, straight from her son. Keep telling my story, honey. That's the assignment. Every video, every comment, every share, every time you say his name, the water gets hotter. For everybody that was on that boat, they counting on your attention span. They counting on the news cycle to drown this the way they tried to drown the truth. Honey, prove them wrong. Nolan Wells, say his name, type it, tag it. And to every last one of them, the brother, the boys, the mockers, the pocket watchers, the protectors in high places, we see you, and we ain't going nowhere. And we are not taking manslaughter for an answer. Stay on their necks, and I'll see y'all on the next one.